Introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name is
Testing. Yes. River. How you doing that today? Yo, yeah, you just in the front. What's good, you know? What's good, CP? I'm back on This new, this dropped probably like 2 days ago. 2 days ago. It's a new segment. Arlette switched it up. Okay. Mad creative. They switched it up on us. We go check it out though. We go check it out. You know, we ain't know what Pot the Balloon was before we knew. So let's check it out.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's your host, Arlette, and we are here today with Blind Date
What up,
Love.
sis?
Now, before we begin, if you'd like to be featured in any of these upcoming episodes, the submission form will be linked in the description box below. Make sure you go ahead and fill that out. Now,
make
this
sure
is
y'all
going to
go
be
to our
separate
Arlette
from
channel.
Pop the Balloon. So if you want to be featured in
check it
this
out.
specific segment of Blind Date Love, go ahead and click on that submission form below just to go ahead and be considered, and we'd love to have you on. So let's go ahead and get started. As you see here, we do have our wonderful single lady next to me. I'm gonna go ahead and have you introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Sherelle. I'm 22. I'm an architectural drafter. So I came on the show today like I'm ready to find love. So I'm really excited.
Okay, just so the guys can know a
Okay.
little bit more about you, what are some things you like to do for fun?
This a little,
Yeah,
I
so
don't
a
know.
lot of like my spare time
Blind,
is
that's
usually spent
nerve-wracking.
with like my friends or my family, but like personally my own hobbies, like I've recently been getting into DJing. I don't do it in public yet, but and that's something like I like to do for fun, and like going to the gym, like that's just like my usual go-to right now.
Okay, all right. So we do have 5 single men on the other side of this curtain. I know they're just waiting to hear more about you and you more about them.
absolutely.
And we do see here you have a
One
set
of
of
them kind of
questions.
cut
I
out a little
do.
bit.
And we're gonna go through each round. You're gonna ask them a couple of questions, whatever it is, get to know them. And after each round, I'm gonna have you
Make sure y'all
eliminate a
can
guy
see
until
folks.
we are down to your match.
Okay,
You ready?
yes, I am.
Guys,
So
are we
excited.
ready? Are we ready over there?
Most definitely.
Yes.
Okay, they don't sound ready to me, but whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and have you start.
I don't know
with
about-
the first
I
question.
don't know
So
if I
my
could
first
personally do
question
this.
is
Blind
like,
is
can you
nerve-wracking.
state like a fun fact about yourself, or just like anything, like to let me get to know you more?
And let's start with your name and age as well. So we'll start with contestant number 1.
Hey, I'm contestant number 1. My name is Rich. I'm 25 years old. And I would say a fun fact for me would be being involved with kids. I love the community. So that's something that I'm most definitely interested in.
That's what's up.
Just being able to connect with children and to provide resources to people that are less fortunate.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
Okay.
And contestant number 2.
I'm contestant number 2. I'm Andre. I'm 30. A fun fact about me is I like to make clothes. I taught myself how to sew. I taught myself how to do for a lot of things. I like to be very hands-on with stuff.
That's cool. That's cool.
And
as
now
hell.
for contestant number 3.
That's cool. as
Contestant
hell.
number 3, my name is James. What what I like to do is mobile bartend. I run my own mobile bartending business. Been doing that for about a year and a half, and I really enjoy it.
Now
cool.
contestant number 4.
Probably tough.
Contestant number 4, my name is Tavier. I love to make music, love all things music, love to go to concerts, festivals, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
See
And
outside.
contestant number 5.
Hi, I'm contestant number 5. My name is Kai. A fun fact about me, I guess, I love cars. I'm also an entrepreneur. I just bought my first water and ice store. Yeah, I don't know. Loads of big money.
Okay. All right. Nice to meet you all. I'm very
Yeah, nice to
excited.
meet them.
We gonna check
Okay,
it
go
out.
ahead and take it
I
off with
ain't
your next
seen it
question
yet,
for
Yeah,
them.
so definitely something I want to know about you guys is, have you ever cheated, and do you think it's like a deal breaker in a relationship?
Okay, we jumping right on in.
Yeah.
That's number
serious.
1.
They got right to it. I mean, shit, that don't seem too boring to me.
Contestant number 1. In my younger years, of course, cheating is something that you do because you learn in a relationship. But in the older years, I wouldn't say so. So no. And then a deal breaker, would cheating be a deal breaker? What form of cheating? If you're communicating with someone else, I kind of feel like I'm someone who is a great man, so I don't necessarily kind of want to give in to that in a sense. But it's like, if you're so involved with me, there shouldn't be nobody else.
Okay.
Okay. Contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2, no, I never cheated, and it's definitely a deal breaker with me. Like, I don't share.
All right. And contestant number 3.
Contestant number 3, yes, I have cheated.
I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
think it's a deal breaker. I feel like it depends on the relationship, working on it, getting through it together, and just growing. And if you guys got to go your separate ways or move forward with it together, then, that's what you got to do.
I'm not sure where this
Contestant number 4.
Contestant number 4, honestly speaking, I don't understand the reason to cheat because, for me, I get in relationships because I, aspire that relationship. I want that relationship. So, personally, I haven't done that. But, and I do think it's a deal breaker because if you've cheated once, you're probably going to do it again. So,
Okay.
Okay. And contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5, personally, I've never cheated. I do think it's a deal breaker because I feel like it's a choice. If you chose to make
There they go. Put them in the frame,
that
man.
decision, step out on me, you willingly and, consciously made that decision. So you weren't thinking about me or how I would feel. So personally, it's a deal breaker for me because if it were me, I would just leave personally.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and throw in one more question in this round, and then we're going to go ahead and...
So my last question for this round is, how open are you to therapy and issues related to mental health in men?
Okay, let's switch it up. Let's start with contestant number 5 first.
That's a good question.
Contestant number 5. Sorry. My parents work in the behavioral health field, so I'm always open to. I've kind of hip to it. I'm not against therapy. I just hope it's for the right reasons. It's not trying to prove a point or try and get over on somebody of pointing out their downfalls or where they lack. But I'm definitely down for it.
Okay. Contestant number 4.
I'm contestant number 4. I think therapy is very important for everybody. And personally speaking, I've dealt with some issues that, I needed therapy myself with, but didn't really go seek that. So I, feel like that's very important for everybody to do, to experience. So, yeah.
Like the honesty.
Number 3.
Like the honesty.
Contestant number 3, I think mental health is really important, but I'm not the type to really go to therapy right now. I'm open to it, but I'd rather just communicate and see where it is with it.
Contestant 2,
He
I
said
would
he don't
say
need
I'm
no
open to it.
working.
I've actually been to therapy when I was in the military, so yeah, it's definitely helped me out. So I wouldn't mind going. Like, if I had a problem, I wouldn't mind going to seek therapy.
Okay. And number 1.
Contestant number 1, I say I'm most definitely open to therapy. I've been in therapy. I do social work as well, and so I'm helping people out all the time. And so even healing journals, Black men healing journals, if those individuals who never had one get one. So I'm all in support of mental health.
This kind of cool.
Right. I know you heard a lot.
Kind of
did
cool.
hear a
A lot
lot.
more chiller than Pop the
So
Balloon. A lot more
unfortunately,
relaxed.
it's time where we do have to eliminate someone from, our lineup of men.
Yeah.
From the 5 different guys we've heard, whose answers weren't you really resonating with?
I think for me, the person I wasn't resonating with the most was contestant number 3.
Okay.
Reasons is the cheating, and I don't think that's something in a relationship that you can necessarily jump back. I'm sorry.
Like backpedal from,
Yeah,
recover
I
from,
just
I guess.
don't think that's something you can necessarily work through.
It's understandable.
So yeah, that's my reasoning. And
Okay, so we're eliminating contestant number 3.
contestant number 3.
Okay,
yes.
contestant number 3, let's have you come on out. If you want to go right on over there. All right, so if you want to remind us of your name again.
James.
James, okay. So James, she ended up eliminating you because of, the cheating thing and all of that. If you want to kind of elaborate on what you stated a little bit more, or do you understand where she's coming from
I
as well?
understand where she's coming from. I
Yeah.
feel like it's a deal breaker for a lot of people. Like I said, it depends on the relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Well, we do thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. I
so much.
Thank you
appreciate
for your
it.
time.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
That was
That was our
that was
first
awkward.
elimination.
Our first elimination.
Let's go ahead and move on to round 2. Hit them with their first
Okay,
question.
yeah. So my
That was kind of
first
awkward.
question for the second round for you guys is:
All
do you
right, go.
prefer a partner that's more similar to you or different?
Okay, let's start with contestant number 1.
Contestant number 1, I would say it kind of depends. I feel like differences can make each other better, but also those similarities are important as well because I want to do things with you. I want to go places with you, but we do have differences. Then I would be comfortable with learning what you like and then you learning what I like and then we do it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2, I would say it kind of, just depends on the relationship. Obviously, we would have to have some things that are different so that I would be able to get to know you and you would be able to get to know me. But
You want to know what would have made this a lot better? Was if they brought old individuals who didn't match on their previous shows. You feel me? If they brought back people we knew, and then it was oh, you feel me? Cause it's it's chill, it's relaxed. I like that, but it's why she getting a match? You feel me? Why her?
on the other
Anybody
hand, we would
deserve
definitely
one, but,
share some of the same things as well because
Why she
I mean, if we're
stand
going to
up?
be working on something or a relationship, we are obviously going to have some of the same interests, but it's kind of going to go both ways.
All right, and contestant number 4.
I'm contestant number 4. I'll just say, pretty similar to these guys. It does really depend. For me, I find the more you're similar with somebody, the more, you can connect with them. So for me, I like to make music and do all things music related. So I like to go to concerts, festivals, do fun things, you know what I mean? And if you're not into that, it might just, it might hinder, our relationship just slightly. But I'm open to anything, to be honest with you. So.
Yeah.
And number 5.
Contestant number 5. I'm kind of agree with everybody else. I do like the mix of the two, but I do like having differences. I feel like me personally, I like to hear a different side of a story or a different view. Especially me, I'm very used to kind of hearing people being the same idea. So I like hearing that, that other perspective on it, personally. But yeah.
All right, good responses.
Yeah.
Let's hit them with another question.
Okay, so my second question for you guys is: what sets you apart from other men in today's dating culture?
Okay, let's switch it
I
up.
like
Let's start in the middle of the lineup.
I ain't gonna lie. A great part about this, she giving her 2 questions per round. And I feel like they getting to know each other a lot more than Pop the Balloon, which is great.
Let's start with number 2.
All right, contestant number 2. I would say what makes me different is I'm pretty hands-on, and you don't have to tell me stuff. I pay attention to detail. And then like my background and just things that I've been through, as far as like growing up around women, I was brought up around women. So like I just kind of, I have more of a caring side. I'm not
You
just
get
like
it.
out here just, with no feelings, or like
Gifts,
I actually think about
emotions.
my actions and stuff. And I'm the type like I don't do stuff that I don't want done to me, because like I take things to the heart. So once I'm not feeling a certain way about you anymore, like it ain't no coming back from that. So I kind of try to keep that in mind as far as like how I'm moving too, So I wouldn't want to do anything that I wouldn't want you to do to me, pretty much.
Okay.
Decent
All right,
brother. I
and
like
let's
that
hear
answer.
from number 5.
Getting a fresh deal at Subway has never been easier. Just buy any footlong in the app, get another free.
At PetSmart Kitchen, we're
ain't
sharing
promoting.
helpful hacks to make your dog's mealtime extra special.
I eat Subway. Fuck it.
What sets me aside, I feel like I'm my own person. So as far as like making decisions, or just really, I feel like I've gotten as far as I've gotten based off my own experience and my own decisions I make. I'm not easily influenced, and if it's something I want to do, I'm gonna do it. Obviously, consideration to like who I'm with, but I'm not like a follower. I make my own way, my own motion. So if I mess up, that's on me. I don't have to like drag anybody down with me. Like, I don't know, open my own 2 businesses by myself. I bought my dream car at 24. I just feel like I've just been moving at my own pace, doing my own thing. So I'm not really into like the other limelight or anything like that.
Okay, and number 4.
Contestant number 4. Ultimately, what makes me different is that I'm looking for marriage, to be real. Somebody I can build with, grow with, have kids with, spend the rest of my life with. So this is not just like a dating show for me. It's like, I want to get to know you. I want to know what you like, what you don't like. And hopefully, the connection builds and builds and builds, so we, can further that relationship and ultimately just grow together in harmony on one accord. So
Coming from their answers,
contestant
this
number
it
1.
was good to do
Contestant
something
number
like
1.
this.
I would say for me, just attention to detail. I think what makes me different is just I enjoy paying attention to detail, being deliberate in what I do. And so with that being said, like everything that we're going to set out to do, we're going to be the best to do it. So whatever dreams you have, we're going to conquer those. Whatever dreams I have, we're going to conquer those. And just like contestant 4 said, you date to marry. So that's the intention. And so with the intentionality and us coming together, what's stopping us?
Okay. All right, let's throw one more question into this round.
Okay, so
Another one? Okay.
another question I want to
I'm
know from
fucking
you
with
guys is, what do you think is your biggest red flaw or flag?
I'm fucking with it.
Okay, let's start with
This
contestant number 1.
This
Contestant number 1, my biggest red flag, it would be my heart. My heart put me in bad spots of just kind
It's a good
of
one.
people who do me wrong, to be able to continue on and love them. And I think sometimes they can get you taken advantage of.
Okay. Contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2, I would say the same thing, kind of like just my heart, for real. Like I be just too caring, and like I look past a lot of stuff. I give way
Got
too
some
many
lover
second
boys up
chances,
there.
and, like
I see
I
why
like
they
to be
did
for my
this.
people. So if I mess with you,
They
I'm gonna
probably
give you
know the
1,000
brothers.
chances before I really just be like, all right, I'm done.
I see why they
that's
did
kind of like
this.
my biggest flaw right there.
Okay. Number 4.
I'm not trying to steal their answers or anything, but honestly, it is my heart, because I feel like I'm
They know
a
they
very
say
nice
we
person
got a group
sometimes,
of lover
and that kinda
boys.
comes off and rubs off in the wrong
That's
way
why
with
they
certain
did
people.
this.
So I just try to avoid doing that, you know what I mean? Because whoever I'm dating,
They don't give a
or,
fuck who behind that curtain.
pursuing to marry, that's who I want to be with. So I don't want anything else to come in between that. So yeah, I'll just say it's my heart, my caring nature. It's how my family is. It's how I grew up. So can't help it, but I'm working on it.
Okay. And our last guy, contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5, I feel like for me, it's probably going to be like my personality. I'm a people's person, so I do network, and it's easy for me to talk to people and kind of like, get my way and being myself into a room. I feel like that, especially for if I'm going to be with somebody, I feel like they have to be able to understand that and know that like, I'm not like a quiet person, so I am gonna be out networking, and I feel like they just have to be strong enough and have enough security to be able to withstand that and know that I do talk. I'm not like a very quiet person. It's gotten me into rooms I wouldn't have gotten if I was quiet. So I just feel like it just needs to be respected. Like, if I'm moving a certain way and I'm trying to do certain things, I expect you to understand that and allow me to do what I need to do to make sure we're good.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys. That was round 2.
Like
Round
it.
2.
So it's time to eliminate someone. Who are you leaning towards eliminating?
Our little girl's growing up so fast.
For expanding the
It's
place.
almost like they placing these
for the
commercials.
others.
I am leaning towards contestant number 1. I'm just kind of not feeling that initial draw to him.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my reasoning today.
All right. Well, I'm going to have you stand on over there, and let's go ahead and bring out contestant number 1.
Making her stand up every time. That's funny.
Hello.
Fix it
You can
up.
remind us of your name again?
Rich.
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 Okay, Rich. So she ended up eliminating you. I think she said she wasn't really feeling your responses. How do you feel now that you've seen her? How do you feel now that you've seen him? Like, what's going through your heads?
I mean, very beautiful. I mean, you got to be yourself and be honest. So that's how I move.
Absolutely.
Was there anything specific he said that you were like, oh no?
No, I think I was just kind of leaning more towards other responses versus his. So obviously, I don't want to waste your time if I'm not getting that initial impression or spark. So that's my reasoning today.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much
All
for
right,
coming
thank
on,
you.
Rich.
Appreciate
All
y'all.
right. Let's go ahead and move on up. All right. So we're now left with contestant number 2.
Stand up
4,
killing
and
me,
5.
twin. The stand up
Okay.
killing
We're down to
me.
our 3 remaining guys. Let's go
Yeah.
ahead
They
and go on
looking
to
at
round
each other's
3.
eyes like, yeah.
First question for you guys
ain't
will
it.
be what is your favorite pastime?
Okay. Let's start with contestant number 2.
My favorite pastime would be working on my businesses. So I own a clothing line, so I like to make clothes. I make a lot of clothes from scratch. I like to think of a lot of new designs for upcoming seasons and stuff I want to drop. I also breed French Bulldogs, so I be with my dogs a lot. Or, I do trucking as well, so I own a trucking company, so I like to take a drive. I'll take a drive at night and pretty much just get out, see the scenery, relax, just enjoy my time, peaceful time. I kind of like to, just be in my own little area, just, doing my own thing, not too much going out or anything. I like to, find activities or something or, really just work on myself for real. If I'm going to pass time, I at least want to work on myself and go ahead further, continue chasing my goals and get into where I want to go.
Okay. Thank you. Let's hear from contestant number 4.
I would say my favorite pastime is traveling. I really, really, really love to travel because there's so much beauty in traveling. Get to meet new people, network, try new cuisines and all that different kind of stuff. And I like to do a lot of adrenaline rushing things while I'm traveling or, while I'm at home too. But yeah, I would just say overall, I really, really love to travel and go see new things, different things, because the world is so big and there's so many people in the world. So it's like, why not experience it, and learn it for yourself. And it also opens your mind to new things, new people, how they act versus how you act, because a lot of us can be very, very limited to our current situations or environments. And that's one thing I dislike, is to just have a one-sided mind. I like to be open to all people, understand all people. So traveling helps me open up and learn new things, see new things, taste new things, do new things, all the above.
Okay. Thank you. And let's hear from contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5, I do love the gym. I feel like that's like the greatest outlet in the world. I feel like we deal with all types of problems every day in our lives. I just feel like we all need to have a good positive outlet. Besides that, I'm gonna go back to my car. I love my car. I bought a Hellcat. I love it. It's the best thing in the world. I do like what contestant number 4 said, traveling. Traveling is great. It's nice to see the world, especially for how big it is, especially when you live like in a local area and you haven't really been out. You don't understand how big the world is. Like when I went to Paris, opened my mind. I'm like, yo, this is real. Like this world is a real thing. So Definitely the gym, my car, and traveling for sure. Pastime.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely felt them on the traveling part as well. Me myself, I've been to 26 countries. So I completely understand. I think it definitely opens your mind to new worlds and just gets yourself out of that bubble of, living here in the US.
Exactly.
So yeah, it was really great to hear.
Nice.
My next question for you guys though is, if you could take me anywhere on a first date, where would you choose and why?
It's like they put perfect.
Okay, let's start with contestant number 4.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like doing things that build core memories for us. So, I know how to cook, so I'd like to cook for you. Take you home. We can go to the movies, do whatever activity we both enjoy doing together. I definitely want to do that. But apart from that, if that's not something that's in the picture, I would say, a fancy dinner, because we gotta pop out, because we that couple. But other than that, picnic in the park is cool too.
Everything
I can
you
cook
you
some
named
food. We
everything.
can go to the park, enjoy that, watch the sunset, nature, all that good stuff. So I'll just say anything that's really building core memories. Whoever I'm getting to know, I want to know what you like. So by the time we're doing these dates and things like that, I will already have like a mental picture of what's gonna make you smile, what's gonna make you laugh, and all that stuff. So
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and hear from contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5, for a first date, I like to have fun, and especially if I don't know you, you don't know me, we need to meet on a neutral ground. So I would probably find like a little cool speakeasy, trying to show you a little something different, a little hole in the wall type of vibe. Yeah, I like them speakeasies. There's a few of them out here, so definitely probably there, a restaurant, something. I mean, yeah, I'd probably go the speakeasy route and get a little snack.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. And contestant number 1. I'm sorry, contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2, it would kind of just depend, once we started texting and I kind of felt the vibe, kind of see which way I would more lean towards. But I would say something like outdoors, like something cool, like cool vibe, something not too, nothing like no club or nothing, or
Y'all brothers don't
just
know
something
no
that we could
date
both at least
spots?
have a conversation at, and like enjoy the vibe, and
That's
see
what it
some
is.
scenery or something. Might go somewhere. It might be a little something fun at the end of the night, like some arcade type vibe, or some type of activity or something that we could just
Say
chill out,
something.
hang out, nothing too
None of
much high
y'all
pressure,
said
nothing, something relaxed, so we can actually get to know each other, and it's not, so much pressure and so tense, just
I
come
don't
and have
even-
fun
I
and,
don't-
just
I'm
really
new.
feel each other out.
And I got a spot.
All right, we have one more question for this round.
So my final question for this
I
round
got a
is, why do
spot.
you think most relationships fail today?
Okay.
I'm telling
let's
you
start
right
with
now,
contestant number
look.
2.
I would say social media.
Free game. I don't know where all this lies, but you feel me? Great first date spot. Little spot called Main Event. You feel me? You could do go-karting, you could do bowling, you could do pool, food, drinks, arcade, sit down. I mean, like, it literally, laser tag, I ain't gonna lie. Go to a little spot called Main Event, you feel me? Spend a couple hours. Time of your life.
Media for sure. Social media is like, it has everyone thinking it's just so much out there that it's not, and then like a lot of people are
Cinnabons.
really just
About
into the
time.
hype right now. Everyone is just so focused on not missing out on something, and they think that they're gonna miss out on something, so it like kind of tends to make people do things that you weren't even normally do or even really want to do, but you just don't want to miss out, and you want to be a part of the vibe or the whatever scene is going on. So I would definitely say like social media is a part, and like just like not being present versus being just in a whole nother world instead of being where you are.
And contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5, I'm definitely gonna agree on the social media part. I also think music has a part to play into this. I feel like nobody really thinks for themselves nowadays, and it's like somebody's favorite artist says something, they're gonna automatically believe it and go through it. And I just feel like it's just not like, for example, if you go out, you're gonna see the same people going out. But if you look at it on social media, it looks lit. But if you see them at the club, they're just standing around like just doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it looks cool, but if you're really there, if you really know what's going on, you're gonna be like, yo, it's not really what's going on. So I definitely agree. Social media and music is just jading everybody's minds, and it's not how the real world works. It's just not. So social media and music is what I'm gonna say. Nobody really thinks for themselves anymore.
And contestant number 4.
I'll keep it short, but basically, I'll say lack of communication. It's very, very big to communicate when you're in a relationship, because when you think about it, you're gonna get married to this person, hopefully, and if that happens, things aren't always gonna be so bright. So the best way to solve those issues, those problems, is to communicate. And I found like a lot of my friends, a lot of people I'm around, have problems with the relationships just because they're going to other people to talk about this and that their significant other did. And it's like, if you would have just went to your significant other the first time, you probably wouldn't have had that issue, that problem, whatever the case may be. You could have solved it in the blink of an eye, but because you decided to go to social media, like my boy said, or you listen to the music and let that influence you, or whatever the case may be, it's like it's not gonna work, even if you don't do those things and you don't have communication. You gotta have communication overall.
What inspires me to win, seeing how many people I'm able to inspire along the way.
All right, it is the end of this round.
It is the end of the round.
I know those are pretty good responses.
These are great responses.
Unfortunately, we do have to get rid of one of those guys. We got to eliminate him.
So the person I'm picking this round to eliminate will be contestant number 2.
Okay, I'm gonna have you stand on over there. And contestant number 2, let me have you come on out. All right, you can stand right over there. Okay, so why did we lean towards eliminating contestant number 2?
I think for me, when it came around to that date question, I kind of feel like it was not really like a lot of effort, thought, or put into it when it came to what could possibly be done. But that's just me. Like, I'm definitely like a more outgoing girl, I feel like. So I don't know. I just feel like I didn't really resonate that much with your answer today.
All right. And then, sorry, if you can remind us of your name again.
Andre.
Oh, Andre, you don't got a mic?
I got it.
Oh, there you go.
Andre.
Andre, okay. Well, Andre, we do thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we are in our final round. Final round. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on to our questions. We do have contestant 4 and 5 left, so let's hit in with the first question.
So what I would like to know is, what is the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
Ooh, okay. Contestant number 4.
I've done a lot of spontaneous things. So, for example, I drove myself across the country, changed my life. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, originally from Kenya, but I moved to LA and I drove myself over there to pursue my dreams and my career. But I will say the biggest thing I've done was, I would say, well, I'm gonna give you 2. I flew out of the country alone to London, had the best experience of my life. But the biggest thing I wanted to say was I jumped off like one of the buildings in Las Vegas. It's called the Strat Tower. It really boosted my confidence. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I can do anything. Like I'm fearful. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Fearless.
Okay, yeah. All right, contestant number 5. Let's hear from
Fearless.
Contestant number 5. Geez, the most spontaneous thing I think I've ever done was kind of the same thing he did. Traveled a little bit. Went to Paris for a week. Then took a train to Amsterdam, was there for a week. You know, that traveling stuff and going out the country was really just a nice break from everything. But that's probably the most spontaneous thing. I was like, yeah, let me get my passport, start checking off these countries, getting these stamps. Went to Jamaica too, but nothing compared. I was out in Paris for Fashion Week, so I was like, I gotta go. I need to get lit, and that's what I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Fashion Week,
What would you say is the
Paris.
most spontaneous thing you've done?
Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting this.
Paris Fashion Week.
I
That's
feel
time.
like I've done a lot in my life,
Come on.
but kind of piggybacking off of like them is just definitely being able to solo travel as well as like
Bro.
with my best friend. We actually share the same birthday, so we always travel together, and I feel like
I let that
my
motherfucker in,
times
and
with
it's
her
really
are just
attacking
always so
me. Ain't
grand,
no
and I'm
way.
so appreciative of the time we have together. So I would say like my times with her is always just so spontaneous. It's just I love it. Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and
That's
start
why,
off with that second
bruh.
question.
So
Don't
my
go
second
outside.
question is like, what's a long-term goal you guys would like to achieve?
Okay, let's start with contestant 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. Contestant number 5. Definitely financial freedom. I do not like stress. I mean, I know it's a part of like everyday life, but I know like me personally, I like to, have a good time. So I would love to be. I understand financial freedom is not necessarily like super duper tin, but I would love to just be able to do whatever I want. I just feel like I don't want to stress about bills, yada yada. So I definitely think a long term goal is to get myself good now. So in the long run, I don't really have to worry about stuff like like I said, I just bought my dream car at 24. I'm about to be 25, so I kind of let you know where I plan on heading. So I'm just like, I don't really care about, the fun stuff now. Like I can do that later on if I just know to play on my cards right. So right now it's time to grind and build.
I mean, but you got the car right
build
now.
my legacy. So when I do decide to settle down, have kids and everything, I can do that without, really having to worry about it. So definitely financial freedom for sure.
Okay, contestant number 4.
Honestly, I'm really interested in building a family because that's just something I didn't grow up with like a lot around me. As far as like intermediate family, I didn't grow up with a lot of that around me, but I have always had like cousins and aunties and uncles and stuff around me. But ultimately, it's just getting to where God wants me to be urgently because life is really short. And when you think about it, there really is no time. Like, there's no time at all to do anything. So I just want to do everything that I'm supposed to do, everything that I'm meant to do while I'm here. And I want to succeed and strive to that at the fullest of my capabilities, basically.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, next question.
So my final question for this round is, how do you like to show your affection to the people you care about?
Okay, contestant number 4.
Quality time. Whoever I love is someone that I want to be around. So if that's you, then I just want to be around you and spoil you, treat you to what you like to do. But, that goes vice versa. We do that towards each other, which builds a better relationship versus one person just doing something. But honestly, it's quality time, getting to know my partner, because you can never know someone 100%.
Both LA hats at
There's
the
always
end.
something
That's
that you're going to
crazy.
miss or something that you need to know that you didn't know, something you can do better.
LA winning.
And I know everyone likes attention, everyone, in general. So showing that girl, that woman attention is very important for me because I know
I'm slumped.
without that,
Oh, shit.
there's a lot of problems that can, that can hinder your relationship and whatever the case may be. And I don't want any problems in my relationship. So it's just quality time, attention,
Ain't no way.
and yeah, just love and care, really.
Okay. Yeah. All right, let's hear from contestant 5.
I think for me, showing my affection, like I said, I was raised a certain way, so it's definitely gonna be, I hate to say it, a little bit more on the materialistic side. I'm definitely in tune with my affections and obviously being able to speak. But I know me, like I said, I like nice things. So if you buy me some nice thing, that's my love language. So I'm gonna reciprocate that to you as well as a verbal and like reassure you side. Quality time for sure. It's just I like you. I'm gonna buy you a bag or something, But that's only if you my girl. That's only if you my girl, though. Whatever. So, but definitely I look nice. I want you to look nice. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of it.
Sir.
All right.
Tough one.
We're down to our last two guys.
Our last two men.
Elimination time.
He say I got
Which
the
one
bag.
of these two contestants, all of the responses really
I ain't
resonated with
gonna
you. You
lie.
loved what you heard.
Hey,
Whatever it may be.
hey,
Which one out
no
of these two
holds
are we
barred.
eliminating?
Aim for the dub. See, I got the bag.
I think for me, it'll be contestant number 5.
Okay.
I think overall, I was kind of leaning towards the other person more, and just like the attention to detail and just like the intention of what you want going into a relationship and building that bond with the person. So I think the other person's answers resonated with me more versus contestant number 5 today.
All right. Let
Both
me have
great.
You can go ahead and stand on over there. All right.
Okay.
Contestant number 5, come on out.
Good luck, man.
All right. I'll have you stand there. Okay. If you want to remind us of your name again.
Hi, my name is Kai.
Hi. Okay. So you did end up eliminating him. Was there anything specific he said that you were like, oh, you know what? I'm definitely going to steer more towards contestant number 4?
I think it was kind of your last comment on my final answer in terms of the materialistic. I love gifts. I love giving gifts to my friends and my family. It's also another love language of mine, but I think like that bond is much more important to me than, you know, the other stuff.
No, for sure. Yeah. That's why I said, I was like, I was raised a certain way, so like I understand my view is gonna be a little different, but
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you.
Nice meeting you as well.
Okay. You can stay right on there, girl. Okay. So you did end up picking contestant number 4.
I did.
So let's go ahead and bring out your match. Come on out.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'll have you just stand over here.
Sherelle.
Sherelle.
Tavia.
Tavia, nice to meet you.
Yeah, you're beautiful.
Thank
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So I know you said a lot of his responses like really resonated
You ain't
with
gonna
you.
compliment
What
the
really,
brother?
like, sealed the deal for you?
I just think like how I don't know, the way you articulated things, like that's just kind of how even I would respond to some of like my answers I asked today. And also your view on like mental health and everything, like that's so important to me. I'm a big advocacy for therapy. So yeah, I think that's just my final,
Okay.
I was just like, okay, like I think I'm leaning more towards this way, and I think like just as we went on, that's just kind of sealed the deal for me.
All right. So now you see your day. How are you feeling? How are you feeling, sir?
Mr. Money Man. I'm just playing. No, but she's a beautiful young lady.
Yeah.
I loved your responses too when she did ask you, some questions. I really like your vibe and everything like that. You have a beautiful smile as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, we're real happy.
All right. Well, I can't wait to hear about this follow-up.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope we get lots of dates and we hear good stuff.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
really, really happy for you too.
Can we go skydiving?
Oh.
I'm just playing.
Perhaps. All right. You guys keep going on.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into this episode of Blind Date Love. If you'd like to be featured in any of our upcoming episodes, the submission form will be linked in the description box below. Make sure you go ahead and fill that out to be considered. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we will catch you all next.
If y'all want to check it out, y'all, you hear me? Yeah. Bruh. Yeah, make sure y'all go check out Arlette Amuli's channel. Yeah, make sure if you would like to be a part of Blind Date Love, y'all go submit. Also go check out her other content. Pop the balloon and find love. It's been a humble reaction. Peace, love. So